Hi, Dionne the Tea Priestess here from GoddessTeaHouse.com with another weekly Plan With Me video. So as you can see, I've got my supplies pulled out, and I had a really good question come out in last time I did a Plan With Me. How much time per day do I spend planning, and how do I make time for my planner? So I want to answer these questions while you're watching me plan. So as you can see here, I am putting in my weekly cleaning schedule. I've started noticing that if I don't write it down in my planner, it really doesn't get done, and I was holding too many things in my head. So I've assigned a day to each area that I want to clean in my house, and if I get that done, I feel golden. If not, then I have a catch-all day built in on Friday so that I can go ahead and get those things taken care of. So you see me putting my cleaning routine stickers in here. So when I do my planning, I very specifically set aside time during the week where I specifically have a long period of time. For me right now, that is definitely on Sundays, and because Sunday is also my kind of sleep-in day, it's the day that we as a family usually don't have anything to do. We're not rushing around, and so I will put that very specifically in my calendar, so that way I will spend a couple more hours, and I set up my days during this time. I'll decorate my days with the washi tape. I check my monthly calendar for any pressing issues, or I will just check in with my goals for that month and see where I am as compared to what week we're on for that particular month. Now, I like to work in 90-day segments, and that's something that's new for me. I think I've mentioned that in a video before. But like August, we're right in the middle of the third quarter of the year and getting ready to go into the last quarter of the year. It's really important for me to stay on top of things. And one of the things has been for me is right now is making sure that I'm tracking things. So you can see here that I'm putting a Get It Done sticker, and I'm writing in the things that I'm tracking, which if you watched my review a while back about the Morning Miracle, that's what I'm tracking. I'm tracking my lifesavers. I will link to that review, the book review, in the box below, and you can see all of the different things that I'm tracking. I stopped using stickers in this area because I did get this Hobonichi stencil, and it has little square boxes that fit better, and being a lefty, I usually try not to bulk up to the book too much, even though I am using the Avec, because again, the way that I'm using this is a little bit different. I've decided I have my Avec book in the first half of my cover, and then in the back half of my cover I have my journal, so that way both books are together and I can just pick up the one container and just go with it. So during the week after, like I said, I give myself probably about an hour, maybe two, just to play around, and I make it really fun. I make it a huge Sunday ritual, like some people will read the paper or just kind of hang out and just, play and chill. I make it a huge ritual where I've made brunch and I put on some chill music, something that has a really good Sunday vibe to it, and then I play with all of my different tapes and different stickers and just put things in to decorate it, so that way the pages are already ready for me to go during the week, and it makes it fun so that I can already see that they're there. Now here I am checking to make sure that I have all of the things that I'm tracking, and you can see that I discovered that I had forgotten to put a few things, so I had to very carefully move these stickers down. I try not to press the stickers down too hard initially because I tend to forget things very quickly, and then I go, oh well, I need to move the stickers, and most stickers aren't removable on the Tomoe River paper of the Hobonichi. So how do I make time for my planning? that's pretty much it. If something comes up on the Sunday and I don't get it done during that Sunday, I can tell my week is totally off. Now here's when I initially started using the Hobonichi more for planning and less for playing, more functionally. I did have to set a reminder on my iPhone to make sure that I take care of getting the planning done. So yeah, just use technology to your advantage. Put a reminder on the day that you have the most space to be able to give yourself that time. And then during the week, on my daily pages, I think I'll do a video on how I do my daily pages, because the way that I'm doing them now has changed pretty much a little bit since the last video that I talked about the systems that I was using. I think the most important thing to remember with planning is that as you change, as your responsibilities change, and as you just as a person change, the way that you do your planning is going to be constantly evolving, but the important thing is to have some foundational system pieces in place. And definitely for me, putting that time on the calendar, treating it like an appointment, is a foundational system that I have in place, so that way I remember to check my calendar. Now, I also, in addition to putting a reminder to sit down and spend time with my planner, I also initially put a reminder to check my planner, and I still have an afternoon reminder. I used to have a morning and an afternoon reminder, but now it's become such an ingrained habit that I set it out the night before, and then I open it up. It's usually the first thing I touch in the morning, especially since I have my journal in here, because I like to spend about 10 to 15 minutes journaling in the morning, and so having both of those books together really did help me just to get immediately into the habit of journaling, and then checking my planner to see if there was any appointments or anything that I needed to attend to very quickly. So I'm pretty pleased with the way that is working out for me. Again, I color code, and this is something new to me, and I use my multicolor Jetstream pen. It's got black, blue, red, and green, and I've started putting my meal times in red, because what I noticed was that I was waiting until I get hungry to eat, which is not a bad thing. However, when you don't get hungry for lunch till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's too close to dinner time, especially if I'm eating at between 9 and 9:30 in the morning, and then I don't eat lunch until 3:30, not necessarily the best thing, and then have to turn around and get dinner prepared for everybody. So I've tried to really get more strategic with the times that I want to eat lunch and dinner, and putting in breakfast too. On the top, instead of putting in my 3 main to-dos, I like to put my breakfast, lunch, and dinner in there. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly what I have that day, but I like to have them planned all out. I used to put that down at the bottom of the page, but now I've started putting it up at the top, because at the bottom of the page I'm starting to track my water intake and track my movement, how much I'm moving. I'm also thinking that I want to start tracking how long I'm reading, or at least how long my son is reading, because we're really trying to get him more involved in audiobooks as well as physical books, to get on a variety of subjects, so that he can be a well-read gentleman as he grows up. So he's not always reaching for the television remote or the video game. Not that there's anything wrong with video games, but it's good to have audiobooks, and my husband and I are both very, very big audiobook readers, audiobook listeners, because of the traffic that we are in when we are out and about. So color coding, I like to put my personal things in black. I like to put my children. My daughter is not a child, but there are times when her schedule runs with mine, and so I put her information in there in blue, as well as my son's homeschool. And as you can see, this week is actually very light because we're not doing homeschool. We're taking a week off. We usually homeschool throughout the entire year. We're taking a week off because we're going to be starting up something new starting next week as far as our homeschooling is concerned. And then in red, again, I like to put in my meals. In green, I like to put in the things that have to do with business, so that way I can see what I'm getting done, whether it's filming videos or making coaching calls, or whether I'm teaching classes online or in person. All of those money-making activities go in green in my planner. Sometimes I try and make sure that I get all of the things down in one color, because I do get kind of mixed up and I'll write something that should be in green in blue or whatever. I try not to stress myself out about it, but I do get I do try and make sure that I go over it. So another important thing to remember with your planner is its usage is going to change for you depending on where you are in life, depending on whom you have. And I'm going to do a video later on planner peace, and that's one of the things that I have found with using the Hobonichi more functionally, is that I have found planner peace. I don't have the desire to have 3 or 4 different planners, and so I'll talk more about that when we get to in a different video. I've decided to use more stickers. I actually don't use very many stickers in my weekly layout, but there are just a few more stickers that I like to use. I got a really cute set of panda stickers, which this year has been the year of panda for me. I've gotten panda gifts for my birthday and earlier in the year, and just panda everything right now. I got a panda phone cover, which is ridiculously cute. So I've decided I got some panda stickers and decided I wanted to add them to there as well. And as you can see here, I'm writing in BLD for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just starting to write in a few things that off the top of my head that I know that we have in the refrigerator for meals. But I'll have to go in. I do go in and fill in some more, but I don't have my list in front of me. I try, and in addition to writing those things, the meal plan down in my planner, I also try and keep it posted in the house, so that if for some reason I'm not home to be able to cook dinner, somebody else can go ahead and get the meal started, or they can see what's for dinner and get started on cooking. And here I'm just finishing out the week. I like to use a light touch when I'm getting into the heavy book, because I'm left-handed. I do tend to have a very firm pressing, and I don't like the ghosting that sometimes happens with the Tomoe River paper. I really like the flexibility of the Hobonichi, because it's got just enough structure that I can do my functional planning, but it's got so many, it also has so many layouts with its monthly pages and the weekly pages, as well as the daily pages. My daily pages are the place that I have the most fun with, where I will make my to-do lists. And actually, I've started putting my to-do lists back into my daily pages, and I'll talk about that in another video as well, because I had originally moved my to-do lists into the weeks, because I was trying to use the weeks as a financial planner, but that failed for me. I just have not been able to get into a good system or structure with that. every 2 weeks we go grocery shopping, and so that is usually dependent upon my daughter's schedule, because I hate going grocery shopping by myself, because it usually takes me like forever to do 2 weeks worth of grocery shopping. It just feels like it takes forever. I'm sure it doesn't. But I like to, if my daughter's schedule allows it, then her and I go grocery shopping, and we can knock it all out within about an hour, start to finish. Here I am writing in my affirmation for this week, the one that I'm having major focus on. I was writing in my affirmations onto my daily pages, but I've since recently gotten an app that is called Think Up, and it allows you to record your affirmations in your own voice and play them back. So I had originally picked out 52 affirmations that I wanted to use this year, and so now what I have done is I've actually recorded all those 52 affirmations, and I play them in the morning and in the evening, and so this is the one that I had picked to focus on this week. And then I didn't have my other stickers either for the bottom, where I am tracking what exercises I'm doing, how long I did them. I've committed myself in this quarter to work out for 15 minutes a day, every day for 90 days total. So I've been keeping track of that goal on the sidebar as well. And so on the bottom, I write down what exercise I did, how long I did it, etc. But I usually put stickers down there, and I don't have them with me, so I will go back and put them in after I finish filming this. And then here I am just adding a little decoration to the date boxes. I like to fill them in with using my mild liners, just to give them a pop of color and to make it more fun. Again, this is my Sunday routine, but if I don't sit down and plan on Sunday, then I will just quickly scribble some things in on Monday, just to be able to have my week all laid out. I really enjoy being able to look at my entire week at a glance, instead of trying to look at my week from the main calendar. I just feel like looking at the whole month just sends me into overwhelm, because there's a lot of appointments, there's a lot of information in there. But this is just, bite-sized chunk, a little bit at a time, and I can look at one day each week and just get everything laid out. I love it when we have zeros in the dates, because then I can draw little smiley faces or whatever. I'm really a big fan of Mizutama's work, and so one of the things in one of her books, she shows how she uses a Hobonichi, and how she just decorates it with just little stripes or swirls or whatever, and so that's what I'm going in here and putting them in. It just gives it a little fun touch. And so here's my week all done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the way my system is, please feel free to leave a comment in the boxes below, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.